Hi guys, welcome. My name is Annie and this is Historically Fashioned. And yes, I'm embarrassed to say it has been an awfully long time since I've shown my face here on YouTube. Um, but yeah, here I am. I think one of the reasons I kind of dropped the whole YouTube thing was I realized I did not enjoy filming myself while sewing. So for me, sewing is kind of my escape. It's the way I relax on the weekends after a very long and busy and stressful week at work. And filming while sewing just added a layer of stress that I didn't enjoy. And actually, then I kind of stopped sewing for a little while. I lost my sojo, so to speak. And I was just not feeling it. Certainly had no desire to film anything for YouTube. Yeah. Anyways, but I have been watching a lot of YouTube, and besides watching a lot of historical creators, because I do History Bound daily. My daily attire consists of a blouse and a split skirt. That is what I wear every day. On the weekends, I go more Victorian with long skirts and cute shoes and the whole deal. Um, so besides watching my favorite historical creators, I've actually started watching a lot of more modern sewists who sew modern garments. While that's not typically my aesthetic, I have discovered a lot of really cute blouse patterns that fit right in with my quasi-Victorian wardrobe. So I decided, why not start kind of documenting the things I am sewing in more of a Friday sews kind of format. So that would be really discussing what I've sewn throughout the week, what I've sewn throughout the month, what fabric I have brought into my stash, what fabric has left my stash, and maybe a little some personal tidbits every now and then as well. So yeah, that's kind of the direction I thought that I would go from here on out. And for the foreseeable future, I cannot talk, for the foreseeable future, definitely not filming anything that I actually sew, just because that's more stress than I need in my life. I do, however, want to continue my series of looking through my antique delineator magazines. I have a very large collection. I find them fascinating pieces of history where we can actually get a glimpse into the styles of the day, at least the styles for, a Western women, basically, who were middle class and above. It's an interesting, not just into the style, but also the kind of social thinking of the time. There's a lot of stories. The ads tell the ads tell a huge story. So I would like to continue my series on that and hope that that will probably be the next video I film after this. Anyways, so let's get kind of started. Like I said, I have been sewing a lot lately, and in doing so, I decided that if I'm going to be spending this much time, energy, and frankly money on sewing my wardrobe, then I really want to make sure that the things that I'm sewing and wearing are things that I feel good in and that I look good in. So I went and I got my colors done. I found a local House of Color analyst here where I live. She is amazing. Her name is Sally. I spent about 3 hours with her and went through the whole draping process where she, you go in with zero makeup on whatsoever, cover your hair, especially when it's bright purple. And, she puts a bunch of different drapes on you, determines are you warm, are you cool, are you, spring, summer, winter, autumn. It turns out I am a winter, which makes me very, very happy for several reasons. One, I get to keep my black, which I love black. So very happy to be able to keep wearing black and know that it does actually look good on me and it's not washing me out, making me look too pale or like a floating ghost head. So that makes me happy. And also, it was really kind of a fun surprise to find out that the color that I carry around with me daily on my head is actually one of my wow colors, one of the colors that actually looks best on me. So I'm feeling pretty good about my hair choices that way. So, of course, after getting my colors done, that meant that I needed to do some shopping. I mean, right? Now that I know what colors look great on me, I've got to get some new fabric. Not that I don't have an entire closet full of fabric behind me. I've got several cubes of fabric over here, as well as a very large box of fabric under my table that I have no place to fit. But when in Rome, right? So I have my kind of list here so that I don't forget pattern names and things like that. My memory is absolutely atrocious. If it is not written down, I do not remember it. If I don't put it on my calendar, the whole deal. If it's not there, it doesn't happen. So I've got it all written down. As for, let's see, what am I wearing today? I guess I'm wearing all me made today. So this blouse is the Tiana's Closet Isla blouse. I've made it up in, this is from my stash. I think it's more of a summer color than a winter color. It's got a little bit more gray in it than a typical icy winter color would be, but it was in my stash and I actually do really like this color. So Tiana's Closet Isla pattern is a free pattern, so it really cost me nothing to make at this point. I already used this fabric for a slip for something else, so it was just a scrap I was able to get it out of. And the skirt I'm wearing is the Laughing Moon 110 1890s ladies sporting costume. It is the skirt from that pattern, so I'll insert pictures up here somewhere of what these patterns look like. So this skirt, I can't see it here, maybe I can, it is in this really pretty black daisy embroidered denim that I actually got from Joann's of all places. I don't typically shop there. Really, I don't typically buy new fabric. I typically thrift most of my fabric. I would say probably about 80% of my fabric is thrifted fabric. I do buy certain things new. I like to buy linen new, and I like to buy wool. Usually I buy new as well, although I do have some thrifted wools. Cottons, those things are a lot easier to find secondhand. And of course, if I'm looking for something ultra specific and I can't find it thrifted, I will buy it new. Anyways, so the skirt, I will again insert photos here of both the patterns and the finished products, I guess, up here somewhere. Let's move on to, why I'm here. So I got a little crazy after finding out that I am a winter, and, I started looking at Mood's site, really because I wanted to kind of look and see what fabrics were out there and see if I could kind of get my eye in for winter colors and determining those colors, which I know is kind of hard to do sometimes on a screen, but we don't have a lot of fabric stores around here other than Joann's, which is not someplace I usually shop because it's polyester and quilting cotton, and that's usually about it. I went in there the other day anyways, I digress. So I was looking at fabrics on Mood, and of course, as one does, while you're doing that, things kind of just accidentally end up in your shopping basket, and the next thing you know, you've hit purchase and you have Mood fabric on the way to your house. So I have a quite large stack of fabric over here, and I thought we would go through them and kind of my plans for what to make. So besides my list of things here in my book, I also have my packing list so that I don't forget how much of each I bought, and yeah. Anyways, so the first fabric that I got is this really pretty, it's a cotton wall. The print is called Black Iris White and Hot Pink Floral Print. So this is what it looks like. Obviously white ground, black vines, flowers with those pops of hot pink. bright white and black are definitely in my color palette. I do have some pinks that are brighter pinks, usually more like magenta and stuff, so I'm actually not sure where like neon colors fall. They don't show up in any of the color palettes, so maybe I'll ask Sally about that. But because the majority of the print is black and white, and I frankly love hot pink, I thought this would be a really great fabric to add to my stash to make some blouses. I've noticed that I have a distinct lack of spring and summer appropriate garments, and need to rectify that. So hence the Isla blouse, hence most of these fabrics here. So my plans for this one, I have 4 yards of this, and I think it's like 59 inches wide or something like that. So I have a good chunk of it. My initial plan, I think, for this was to make the Tilly and the Buttons Marnie blouse, which I still might do. I think the voile would hold the pleats really, really nicely. So I still may make that. But I was also thinking that I might make the Tiana's Closet Basali flutter sleeve top, just because it does have those flutter sleeves and you can see the back side of the fabric. And this fabric's back is very, very similar to the front because it's so sheer. You can't, I mean, you can see the difference, but from a distance, if someone's all up in my armpit, that's a problem. You can't really see that one side is like completely blank like you would see on some other printed fabric. So I haven't decided yet exactly what I'm going to do with that, but those are the two that I'm kind of leaning towards. The next one I have is one that I'm honestly a little unsure of whether it actually falls into my color palette or not. It does have a navy ground, and navy is one of the colors in my palette. It does have some purples and greens in it and stuff that I think would work with my winter palette as well. But it also has some creams and browns and stuff like that. Anyhow, I saw it and I kind of fell in love. This is the Fatuous Felines Cotton Wall, again with that navy ground. And I saw it and I'm just like, kitties. I absolutely love cats. I have 2 of my own. I adore them. And I love that these cats all have different faces on them. I mean, this guy here is like so grumpy. This guy's like, dancing, having a great time. I thought it was adorable. So, of course, when it came, and even when I ordered it, I was a little unsure. It doesn't read like summer, spring, like wear to me so much. So this one may go into my stash for some fall sewing. But I do think I will sew it up. I do like it. So I was thinking that I might do the Sew House 7 Regalia blouse with this, with the long sleeves and the tuck-in version. I have 3 yards of it. It is actually in 2 1.5 yard cuts because it was the last that they had in stock. So I think I can definitely get the Regalia blouse out of that. With the long sleeves, I think it calls for like 2.5 yards, I want to say, to do that style in my size. So I'm thinking that that's where it's going to be. So this one may not get sewn up till, closer to the fall. But I do like it, even though I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. That's my only iffy fabric choice. The next one I know falls into my color palette. So this is the Night Sky and Pink Let's Bounce Stretch Cotton Sateen. So it again has a navy background with a bright magenta polka dots. Very, very, very much a winter fabric. So I'm really excited about this one because this is a sateen, and I don't typically sew dresses. I usually sew separate, so skirts, blouses, things like that. That way I can mix and match in my wardrobe. But I think that my plan for this one is probably going to be to make the same skirt that is here, and really frankly the one I'm wearing as well, which is again the Laughing Moon 110, the skirt from that outfit, or from that pattern. It is one of my all-time favorite skirts. It is the perfect length for this time of year, at least for me. I tend to wear long floor-length skirts and this is shorter because it's a sporting skirt. So I think it will wind up being that. I have 5 yards of this, and again, it is a wide fabric. It's about 59-60 inches wide. So that's, I think, my plan for that. Moving on. Now, this next fabric, I bought this next print in 2 different substrates. So, and when I did it, I kind of made a boo-boo and bought the wrong quantities of each substrate. My plan for this is to make a matching set, which then, of course, I can split up and wear with other garments in my wardrobe. So this is the print right here. This is the Summer Nights Cotton Voile. It is on a black background, and it has these really pretty neon, patterns on it. So suns, moons, stars, trees, flowers, windows. I mean, I love this. I think it is absolutely beautiful, and I think will look really great as a top. Now, I bought 5 yards of this by accident. I meant to only buy 3 for a blouse, and I put 5 in my cart by accident. So I think I can actually get 2 blouses out of this. One, I'm thinking, well, I've got a few options. The first option I was thinking about is the Friday Pattern Company Sagebrush blouse. I think that would be really pretty in this fabric. And then I was thinking maybe I might actually do another one of these. This is one of my favorite blouse patterns. It is the truly Victorian 1903 plain blouse waist. I love it because it has like the bishop sleeves, which is one of my favorite sleeve styles. This is actually also in a cotton voile, and it is really nice to actually wear during the spring months, and sometimes into the summer months too. Sometimes we can have some pretty cool days in the summer here, just because, we are close to the ocean. If I'm going into the city or something like that, where it's basically one temperature all year round, it's a great option to have. So I really like that. And then the other one I was thinking of would be the Vicky So's Liza blouse. So I haven't quite decided which one I'm going to go with yet, or which 2, because I think I can get 2 blouses out of this fabric because of its width, and again, I have 5 yards of it. I really love, I guess part of the things I love about history bounding is mixing and matching historic patterns with modern fabrics. I have some things that are, very, very Victorian and feel with, appropriate fabrics and, the patterns, reproduction patterns and all of that. But I also really love mixing and matching, like my daisy denim skirt here, or like this skirt, which is, just out of a quilting cotton that I mean, I love this skirt. So I love doing that. So keeping with that fabric, I bought the same pattern in this different substrate. So this is the same pattern, like I said, in the stretch cotton sateen. So I wound up actually with 7 yards of this. My first basket, I realized after it had already shipped that I had only ordered 3 yards and I had meant to order 5. So of course that wasn't going to work out for me. I wouldn't be able to get the skirt that I wanted out of it. So decided I need to get more. And I wasn't sure about cuts, so I ordered 4 more yards. So I have 7 yards of this. And again, I think I can get 2 skirts out of this. I could go back with my tried and true Laughing Moon 110. That might happen. I can also thinking about doing a black snail bicycle skirt, which is the Black Snail 0714 Edwardian bicycle skirt. I've made 2 of those in the past, and I really do like them. Sadly, they're a little bit small for me right now. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. Sorry, there was a strange noise, so I just went to check on that. Okay, so next up is this really pretty cotton fabric. So this is just an Italian sheer cotton in black. It's showing up kind of brown with the lighting in here right now on the camera, at least as far as I can see. But this is very, very, very black. I don't know if you can see the detail in the fabric. It is quite sheer, obviously, and it has these little embroidered dots and a very, very, I don't know what you would, what word am I, subtle, that's the word I'm looking, subtle stripe running through it. It is really, really, really pretty fabric. It's a little narrower than the others. I think this is, I think it's like a 45-inch wide fabric. So I did buy 5 yards of this as well. And of course it's black, so yay me for black fabric. I was thinking that this one actually would make up a lovely, lovely Marni blouse. I think it would be really, really pretty. And then I was also thinking maybe the Tiana's Closet Basali blouse as well, again, because it is the same front and back. Those flutter sleeves aren't going to be a problem there. But then I was also thinking of maybe the Bara Studio Adela blouse as well. So I've got a few options, and depending on which one I choose, I may be able to get two, because I don't think that the Basali blouse I don't think takes up much fabric, and I don't think, well, I don't know about the Adela. I don't know. I know the Marni blouse takes about 4 yards of fabric, so I can only get one out of it that way. But yeah, it's really pretty. I'm really happy. It's really lightweight. It will be great for spring and summer. And then the last fabric I got is on a substrate I never buy and I never sew with. It is this beautiful print. So this is the, let's see, Navy Mariposa Oasis Sustainable Viscose. It's this beautiful, navy background, obviously. And then these flowers and little ladybugs and butterflies that are just, they're so pretty, and it's just definitely a winter colored fabric. Being viscose, I'm honestly a little afraid of it. I don't typically, like I said, sew with viscose. I know it's a lot like linen in that it is one of the cats of the fabric world, meaning you can order it around all you like, but it will not stay put when you go to cut it or sew it or anything like that. But I loved it so much. It was so pretty that I was like, I have to have this. So I did get this, and I have 4 yards of this. As far as what I want to make with it, I think honestly it would make a beautiful one of these truly Victorian Edwardian blouse waists. I think that would be really pretty. I think the drape, especially on the bishop sleeves, would be great. I'm looking around to see if I can find any other patterns that have bishop sleeves that I might do. Maybe something that closes down the front, just because as much as I love these blouses, they are kind of hard to get in and out of because they close down the back. So that is kind of what we're looking at for today. That's it. So I am happy to be back here on YouTube. We will see how things go. I'm thinking this probably is not going to be a weekly thing for me just because I don't have a whole lot of time to sew. I only sew on the weekend, so there's not a whole lot going on there. So yeah, I'm thinking, once a month, bi-monthly, whatever's going on that way. But if you are interested in seeing what I am up to and what kind of fabric shenanigans I engage in, stick around and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also find me on Instagram, also as @historicallyfashioned. So yeah, I again hope you enjoyed the video today and have a great afternoon, morning, night, whatever time of day it is for you. Bye.